What if I told you that the very way you're doing your eye makeup might be making your eyes look smaller, droopier, and more tired, even if you're using expensive products? As we age, our eyelids naturally change shape, and what once worked in your 30s may now be doing the opposite of what you want. But don't worry. Today you'll discover the biggest makeup mistakes that make hooded eyes look droopy, and the easy fixes that instantly lift and brighten your gaze. Stay until the end, because the last tip is the most important one of all. One of the biggest mistakes mature women make is piling on heavy concealer or foundation around the eyes, thinking it will hide darkness or puffiness. The truth is, thick layers of product actually emphasize every fine line and make the skin around your eyes look weighed down, giving that droopy, tired effect you're trying to avoid. As we age, the delicate skin around the eyes loses elasticity and becomes thinner. When you add dense formulas, they settle into the folds, exaggerating texture and shadows. It can even make your upper lids look puffier because the contrast between matte, covered skin and natural texture above creates an illusion of heaviness. The fix? Choose lightweight, hydrating formulas that move with your skin. Instead of spreading concealer over the entire under-eye area, apply a small dot in the inner corner where darkness is most visible and gently blend outward. Avoid dragging the product up to the outer corner. This area should stay bright and lifted. For extra radiance, use a light reflecting pen or creamy highlighter at the top of your cheekbone and slightly outward. This draws attention upward rather than downward. You'll be amazed how much fresher and more awake your eyes look with less product. The goal isn't to hide your natural skin. It's to create light, movement, and softness. And if you think using less makeup sounds too simple to make a difference, just wait until you hear the next mistake. It's one that almost every woman over 50 makes without realizing it. It's easy to reach for those pretty shimmery eyeshadows. After all, sparkle feels youthful and fun. But on hooded eyes, especially mature ones, shimmer or frosty finishes can do the exact opposite of what you want. Instead of opening your eyes, they highlight every little fold and create a spotlight on droopy skin, making the lids appear heavier and more textured. When light hits shimmer, it bounces off the highest points, and for hooded eyes, those high points are often the folds of skin that you'd rather soften. That reflection can make the hood look puffier, which draws attention to aging rather than deflecting it. So what's the solution? Use soft matte or satin shadows in medium tones. These create depth without glare, helping you subtly reshape the eye. Apply a matte, slightly deeper shade just above your natural crease, not inside it, to visually lift the lid. Then, for brightness, add a touch of pearly shimmer only on the inner corner or the very center of the lid, where light naturally falls. That's how you get a radiant, open look without amplifying texture. One simple trick many women love is using a creamy eyeshadow stick in a neutral taupe or rosy beige. It blends easily, doesn't settle into lines, and stays put all day. Finish with a light dusting of translucent powder to set everything gently. Once you try this, you'll see how much younger and more lifted your eyes look, even before mascara. And if you think shimmer is sneaky, the next mistake might surprise you even more because it's all about eyeliner. And most women apply it completely wrong. Now, if you're finding this video helpful so far, I'd really appreciate it if you'd hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. It helps us reach more women like you who also want to look and feel radiant without spending a fortune. Many women with hooded eyes either skip eyeliner altogether or apply it too thickly, hoping it will define the eyes. Unfortunately, both approaches can make your eyes look smaller and more closed. When your upper lid is hooded, thick eyeliner eats up valuable lid space. The more you add, the less visible your actual eye becomes. Another common mistake is using harsh black liner along the entire upper and lower lash lines. This heavy frame drags the eye downward and adds years to your look. Instead of lifting, it creates a tired, droopy effect. The solution? Tight lining. a subtle technique where you apply a fine line of eyeliner directly into the base of your upper lashes, not above them. This thickens the appearance of your lashes without stealing lid space. Choose a soft brown or charcoal tone instead of stark black for a more natural, open look. If you prefer a visible wing, keep it short and angled slightly upward, following the direction of your lower lash line rather than the fold of your lid. This instantly gives your eyes a gentle lift. A smudging brush or a cotton swab can help you soften the line for a more elegant finish. You'll notice your eyes look more defined yet light, not overdone. And the best part is, this trick works for both daytime and evening looks. But definition doesn't stop with eyeliner. The next mistake affects the frame of your entire eye and is one of the quickest ways to make hooded eyes look dull and undefined. If your eyes ever look a little flat or tired, no matter how much eyeshadow you apply, the reason might be simple. You're ignoring your lash line. Many mature women focus on blending eyeshadow but forget to subtly define the base of their lashes. Without that definition, the eyes lose contrast and structure, appearing smaller and less awake. Hooded eyes especially need gentle framing. Because the upper lid is partially hidden, enhancing the lash line helps create balance and depth where it's visible. The problem is that some women go too far in the opposite direction, loading mascara onto the lower lashes or using heavy liner underneath, which only drags the eyes down and accentuates shadows. Here's the fix. Instead of painting thick lines, take a small angled brush and press a dark brown or taupe shadow directly into the upper lash roots. Think of it as creating a soft shadow rather than a hard line. For the lower lashes, keep it minimal, just a touch of the same color on the outer third of the eye to connect the look. When applying mascara, focus on lifting the upper lashes. Use a wand that separates and elongates rather than thickens. Apply from the roots upward, slightly wiggling to create that fan effect that opens the eye beautifully. This tiny detail makes a huge difference. It brings definition without heaviness and gives your eyes that bright, elegant sparkle. But if you think mascara application is simple, think again. The next mistake is one of the sneakiest culprits behind droopy-looking eyes. Mascara can be your best friend or your worst enemy when it comes to hooded eyes. Many women over 50 unknowingly apply it in a way that drags their eyes downward instead of lifting them up. The most common mistake? Loading mascara onto the lower lashes or using a thick, clumpy formula that weighs down the upper lashes. When mascara is too heavy, it makes the lashes stick together and pull your eyelids downward visually. And when the bottom lashes are coated just as much as the top, the eyes lose their upward balance, creating a shadowy, tired appearance. The key is placement and precision. Focus your mascara on the upper lashes only, emphasizing the outer corners for a gentle, natural lift. Start at the roots and wiggle the brush upward to stretch and separate each lash. Avoid pumping the wand in the tube. That pushes in air, drying out the formula and causing clumps. If your lashes are short or straight, consider curling them before applying mascara. It's a small step that makes a huge difference in opening the eyes. And for extra brightness, use a dark brown mascara instead of jet black. It adds definition without harshness. For the lower lashes, if you really want some color, use a clean wand with minimal product and only touch the outer tips lightly. Just enough for balance. The result? Eyes that look lifted, fresh, and more youthful. And speaking of lift, the next tip is a secret weapon that few people talk about. And it's all about your brows. So before we get into the final and most important tip, I've included this bonus one for you. Your brows are like the picture frame for your entire face. And for hooded eyes, they play a much bigger role than most people realize. A low or heavy brow can instantly make your eyes appear droopier, even if your makeup is perfect. On the other hand, a well-shaped, softly lifted brow can completely transform your look, giving the illusion of brighter, more open eyes. The mistake many women Make is overfilling the brow with dark, harsh lines or bringing the arch too close to the center. This creates a boxed-in, stern expression that drags the face downward. Another common issue is applying shimmer directly under the arch. This can highlight sagging skin instead of lifting it. Here's what works beautifully. Focus on softness and upward flow. Use a fine-tipped brow pencil in a neutral taupe or soft brown and apply in light, feathery strokes that mimic real hair. Concentrate most of the color towards the outer half of the brow, then blend gently with a spoolie to avoid any harsh edges. For instant lift, place a matte, pale cream or nude shadow just beneath the highest point of your arch. Not shimmer, but matte. It subtly reflects light without emphasizing texture. Then softly highlight the inner corner of the eye to bring brightness where it's most flattering. This small change gives your eyes an immediate, lifted look without surgery or expensive treatments. And now for the final and most important mistake, one that almost every woman with hooded eyes is guilty of making. This final mistake is the most common and the most powerful to fix, using eyeshadow placement techniques meant for young, non-hooded eyes. If you've ever followed a tutorial that told you to blend color into your natural crease, that's likely making your eyes look smaller and droopier without you realizing it. For hooded eyes, the crease you see isn't where your lid folds naturally anymore. It's lower, often hidden by skin. So blending color there only deepens the shadow and pulls your eyes downward. That's why so many women feel their eyeshadow disappears. It's trapped under the hood. The solution? Create a new crease just above your natural fold. When your eyes are open, place a medium matte shade slightly higher than the hood and blend upward, not downward. This gives the illusion of lifted, more defined lids. Keep the darkest color on the outer corner, moving it diagonally upward toward the end of your brow. That's what visually lifts the eye. Avoid taking dark shadows too close to the inner corner. That can close your eyes in. Instead, add a touch of brightness on the center of the lid and inner corner to make them pop. Once you try this mapping technique, you'll see your whole face change. Your eyes look bigger, lighter, and years younger. And if you've ever felt frustrated that your eyeshadow just doesn't look the same anymore, this single correction will be your game changer. Thanks for sticking with me through the entire video. If you found this helpful, give it a like, subscribe for more tips to make you glow like the queen you truly are, and check out our other videos too. Remember, your eyes tell your story. And with just a few small tweaks, you can make them shine brighter than ever.